All right. Hello and welcome. I'm Shadow Spectre 11, and today in the Snowbirds meeting room, I'm going to talk about the tech preview and the Wave 1 all backers 4.0. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to go ahead and kill the timer. And here we go. Hello. Hold on one moment. All right. Give me one moment. And do we have sound? Is sound working? Yes. Okay, let's check.
Sound is working. Check.
Yep, sound is on. Hello, Tone. What's up?
Oh, not a lot.
All right. And let us kick this off.
I like the new Snowbird The Warbird logo that you have in the podcast meeting room.
Last year before the system crash, and this is what we came up with. All right. And kicking it over to live. Everett.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you streaming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Anyways.
And welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, I got the notification. Yippee.
AB5 guy. Hey, Wastelander. Yeah. All right. This is going to be a discussion today. I've done some testing. I've been in the PTU quite a bit. And I've also been in tech preview. And on the day it dropped, the tech preview had some major problems. A lot of 30Ks, crashes, and things like that. So they took it down, and then the next day they put out a new thing, a new setup for it. They did not say what, what was done, but these are the notes of what to expect, what updates were there. There was a major deadlock, and they fixed it and got it back up and running. So there are ships in the tech preview that have fully or partially implemented for engineering in the playtest. So there's some ships I don't have, like the Carrack I don't have, but I have the MSR, the Gladius. I don't have a Inferno. I do have the Fortune, the Fury, the Guardian, the Intrepid, the Polaris, the Spirit, the Starlancer, and I've got a Terrapin. I do have an Asgard. Let's see what else. I do have a Zeus. I have a Medevac and X1. And I have the Medevac and the Paladin. So there are different ships that I did try. Number 2 on the list was the MSR. And there were major things that were going on when you would turn off systems and pull fuses and things like that. We need to step it up and get this man some missing ships he needs.
Yes, like a shiv.
Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, moving on. um, from what you guys saw, you and Tone. I know Tone doesn't want to watch too many things, and spoil it for himself. From what you saw, what did you think?
Oh, I can't wait to get in there. What you talking about?
Okay.
I need me a new mining spot.
Everett, what do you think about engineering? What
So
I mean,
far, it has a lot more options than I thought it would, but the thing is, it still needs some work, and there was some dead areas when you were in your MSR walking through the ship with
Fire!
your helmet off. Yes, there
yeah.
was some. Yep, there was some fire. You got the fire extinguisher off of the rack, but did you actually use it?
Yes. And
Okay.
there is a known issue right now with female characters that cannot use the fire extinguisher.
That's sexist.
Oh, wow. But anyway, yes, it is. But anyway, now I could go in there with Spectre 12, okay, and try some things. What's up?
You're
What's
bouncing
up?
around a subject that I really appreciated.
What's that?
Being able to saddle pack fire extinguishers in your weapon slots and have fuses on you and a max lift tractor beam is a great start for an engineering kit.
Okay. Now,
Also seen a multi-tool used as a repair device, so include that as well.
okay. So, I did. Now, Spectre 11, when she was in there, hey, Paul, she had a fire extinguisher on her back. It just took a minute for it to catch, but she did have it equipped. Now, to pull components, I tried to use a tractor beam, a multi-tool. It ain't working. You can't pull it. So you need a max lift to get a component out. When there was issues with fire was behind the cabinet of the component area. So I couldn't reach it. And it was like just outright wrong. Okay. Why that
Question.
was happening like that. Yep.
All right. Would not a one-time ship-wide fire extinguisher setup be better in a situation like that?
Like a built-in sprinkler system, but using extinguishers.
Yeah, one time.
I think that would be beneficial because once that fire hits, right, and you can't put it out, it's going to spread, right?
Especially if you're a lone pilot and you can't leave your seat, you just hit the button and it'll look after it for you.
But right, but you could have a massive issue if you can't get behind there, get in an area where the fire is actually started. You see what I'm saying? It took a long time for it to render. Okay, so I'm hearing.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey there.
hey Beth.
Howdy.
I'm
Morning.
hearing fire crackling and things like that, and it wouldn't show up, and then all of a sudden it just rendered, and it was totally almost out of control. So I was able to put the fire out, but I could still see like glows and flashes of heat and fire behind a component area. So it just kind of made it was good, but it was difficult to do certain things. Now damage wise, I'm gonna say it. When I finally got it out, man, you talk about some damage to the ship. It was scored, it was charred. You could definitely see that there was an issue. So it's going to be good, but a lot of people are going to really say, or really, I'm really hoping that it's not so oppressive that's all you're doing. Any thoughts on that? Because that's going to stop a lot of people from playing. Can we buy fire extinguishers anywhere after they've been used? You can recharge the fire extinguisher. You have to put it back in a place where there's a receptacle where you can put it in, and it will recharge.
I think Beth is having an issue with her mic.
They're playing
Going
Eve
on and off.
Online in a room
Oh, okay.
because Tone made one.
I would love to see the walls kind of buckle and bubble and change colors when there's heat behind it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's the next thing?
An ability to take the fire out, like completely.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
Fire
Hey, welcome
extinguishers.
back.
Fire extinguishers could be purchasable, so you can carry spares or cartridges for reloads, maybe. Well, that's a possibility, Wastelander, but they did state that it can be recharged, so you would have to put it back in the slot. Now, in your hangar, there's areas where you can put a fire extinguisher in and recharge it and then take it back to the ship. But in the ship, they should recharge.
Can you buy extra fire extinguishers at space stations?
We don't know.
Because the 2 or 3 that are on the ship, if you're in any kind of a battle, they're going to be gone in an instant.
It's a possibility, but I don't know.
All
I
right,
like to buy
just
fire extinguisher satchels. You buy them at the station, and you place them in critical areas of your stage of your ship. And when you're flying, especially when you're alone, you notice that there's a fire. You say, "Okay, I haven't got time to go back there. I'll just press a button right here, and it'll go, and it will flood the whole area."
Yeah.
I like that. The only problem with that is if you're in a single seat ship where you fall out the front of it and fall to your infinite doom on a planet, you're not going to be able to
Give
put
me
a
my
fire out.
golem.
Well, I mean, if the ship is disabled, okay, and you're floating in space, right? There's a you should be able to open the doors and vent the ship, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's another thing that I have to find out and go through the ship. Not being able to vent in space is a problem too. Yeah. Um.
I mean, even if you had a built-in system where you had the engineers or the station build in these little vents throughout the whole structure of your ship without creating an integrity to the overall structure, and then you just hit a button and they open up the vents and automatically it vents it out, and then you can close it like an emergency vent system.
Okay. Here it says doors on ships need to support low power mode sh- for when
Agreed.
ship and items are disabled. That's what I'm saying. The rear, okay, on the MSR, I could not open the rear ramp when the power was down.
Or make it so we can throw a battery in a slot and just make the door have a one-time use just to get it open.
Yeah, even that would work.
What if you lose
I agree.
one though? Think it would be better to if you buy some spares, fire extinguishers? Yeah, but we don't know we don't know if they're going to uh put those in the game for purchase. Now they should. Uh, I think they would and should put those in the stores to buy spares so you have them. Hey, what's up,
Hmm.
Radium? I
I wonder
mean,
how long it takes to recharge your fire extinguisher after you used it.
that I don't know.
Me neither.
Well, I have a better question. I'm going to take this a different direction if y'all will bear with me for just a second.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, instead of buying extra fire extinguishers, why not have a backpack fire extinguisher that you can just equip and just have it on you, and it has like 5 full charges in it?
Hmm.
Because we're already set up for backpack use, and it
Or at
ain't
least,
going to take. Huh?
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Or at least a pressurized tank inside your ship that you can recharge
All
or
right.
whatever.
Well,
But
Well, I
you
like where
need.
you're going with that.
but you already have, once you put the extinguisher back in the slot, it recharges. But what if there was no power to the ship? How are you going to recharge them?
You're not.
Hand
You're either
pump.
going to die getting off the ship because the doors don't work, or you're going to put the fire out with no fuses and the doors don't work. Just saying.
Oh, I'm sure that's coming to the pledge store first. Fire extinguishers to be bought.
Yeah, they'll be 100 million apiece.
Oh my God! No, he's talking about the pledge store. Yeah.
Before the Geo came out, I was looking at redesigning the Atlas with an emergency tank on the back and two hoses and a clamp so you can rip open doors. But the other one would be a fire extinguisher, and you have the little lights on it and everything else. I didn't even put it. I stopped building it because when the Geo came out, it had actual jet packs. You can go up different levels.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's not going to fit in like a H2
I know.
or C2 rather.
I just like designing stuff. That's all.
Oh, that's all. That's
That
cool,
thought
man.
it'd be great
I get
inside
it.
your hangar. Put out the
Well,
ship.
something else too would be since they already have drones in the game, quote, have an internal drone release that goes and hunts these fires down, and you have to replace the drones at your cost.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay. Wastelander says, yeah, I like that backpack idea. The engineer has a specialized backpack. And Radium says,
Exactly.
what the fuck happened to some fire suppression
That's what I mean.
system?
We should have pressurized tanks within the ship with
Right.
a sprinkler system for foam systems or whatever. You're gonna have water. You're gonna have CO2 foam. You're gonna have whatever to put out the fire. You can even flood the whole compartment with CO2 and just take out the oxygen.
Yeah.
Well, and hope your helmet renders in.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Put your
so
helmet
many
on.
there's so many things, okay?
Yeah.
Now, Beth being a noob still she's how long have you been playing now, Beth? Almost 2 months?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Now I know you had the game before and you said no way because I think you popped in at the unmentionable time, which
Oh
was
God.
318.
318. I'll see it.
Okay, so
The
now that you've
Voldemort of Star Citizen.
right, so now that you've come back in and you've seen the massive changes that have gone on, what do you think about engineering coming into the game?
I think it could be good and could be bad. I think there's a lot of ships that I like flying solo, like the C2, the Taurus, the Corsair, all of those. But engineering might change that. You might not be able to do it on your own as much, which will be really annoying. But I definitely think they need some sort of fire suppression system rather than a single fire extinguisher. If you're like on a
Agreed.
C2 and you've got a fire at the bottom, fire on the top, by the time you get to the fire at the bottom, then the fire at the top's going to spread and your ship's going to blow up.
Mhm. Fair point. Fair
Or
point.
yeah, so I think you should have a fire suppression system that maybe has like a certain amount of ammo that you might have to like almost sort of get refilled if something happens, and then you've got your sort of fire extinguishers for maybe like little contained fires, or if you've run out of suppressant, then it'd be a good idea to sort of use them as a backup. But I think there needs to be something a little bit different than just fire extinguishers.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, because I can work it with salvaging. When I go to a ship, I can drain out whatever is useful and store it and repurpose it. Or imagine, I'm flying around in my Crucible and I'm taking in a ship that is already damaged. It's on fire. They're trying to put it out, and it gets to a critical state where the ship could actually detonate. You have to get rid of it and throw it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because your ship could be blown up while it's inside.
Exactly. You put a firecracker in your hand, you're blowing your fingers off.
Mm-hmm.
And your wife will be opening your ketchup for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. You just brought up a very good point. Tone, where it shows
Ketchup?
no on the ship layout where the fire extinguishers are. That would be good. Now the C2 has its engineering panel in the cockpit. And there are certain other places on different ships where the engineering console is. The Paladin has one on the upper deck and the lower deck. So other ships I have to look and see where they are.
Doesn't the Polaris have a repair bay? Or
And
later it's supposed
the
to have a
end
repair?
well
Or Idris?
the Polaris has the engine room. So
Yeah, but are all the components in the engine room, or are they spread out through the ship like various other models and Star Citizen?
that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I do have to look into.
The mole is a good example. There's a lot of machinery in the hallway up there by the cockpit, and there's machinery in the engine room.
Well, the raft's components are on the upper deck. I mean, we don't really go up there unless we're going to use the tractor beam, but that's where all the components are. Most of them anyway. Which reminds me, IAE certain ships are going to be increased in price. So,
Woohoo!
the Hull A, the Hull A, the Hull B concept, which that means that could be a ship that's close to dropping. The Raft got an update in price because of its upgrades. And the Raylan. Now, the Raylan is still in concept, right? It's being worked on. But when they bring a ship that's still being worked on in concept, I don't know if the whole B is being worked on, but the Raylan, they did say it is in pre-production and it's coming, but they're kicking the price up on that. So to me, the Raylan is close. If they're gonna kick that up, I that's just my thought. Paul says, I think just capital ships should be having this problem. Think smaller ships shouldn't be pulling that much power.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah.
I agree, but you got to remember a lot of the medium ships, some still have multi-crew capabilities, so you got to look at it like that. I mean, I fly a C2 solo a lot, and I'm going to have to carry around a max lift plus my weapon plus a small multi-tool. Then walk around with a fire extinguisher. So I can't wear a backpack, or I have to wear a backpack. And then look at it like this: when when we go to sit in the seat, and you have to take your backpack off. Okay, what do you guys think about that? That's
Well,
another
you got
thing.
your truth on that. And the thing about it is, if you're the dedicated engineer,
Okay.
maybe you need a seat that allows backpack usage because, well, you just don't have a choice.
I mean, wow. it there's a lot that we're going to have to consider. And for those that like to carry spares, okay, carrying spare components on a ship could be dangerous, because if that ship blows up, there go your components. And then moving them around inside the ship, okay, trying to repair things. You're not going to be able to carry around. Remember, Tone and Everett, when we used to be able to put large uh cargo on the ship, and then all of a sudden it changed, like we could carry uh quantum engines and stuff like that from one place to another,
Yeah.
and then that was taken away. Because
Yep.
remember, we would go to say her L5 or something like that, right? And we put this in, and we'd swap out the engine. Then we'd go to the local inventory and we'd put it on the ship so we could carry it back to a place to sell. Right? You can't do
Uh-huh.
that anymore. Can't do it anymore.
Why did they do that?
They were separating things, and I don't know why. Ship components shouldn't be made of tissue paper, especially capital ship components. Currently, you can punch a power plant to critical failure. I challenge any CIG dev to go. And thank you, Tone.
Oh, you're welcome.
um, Radium has a point. Components shouldn't be made of tissue paper. it there's a lot. Too many things missing for a full engineering experience. Maelstrom, armor, etc. I think this version that will go live will be very dumbed down. That's what Wastelander says.
Accurate statement. Now, I
Go
could.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's go here with it.
Mhm.
I think CIG needs to I agree with the earlier statement of capital ships versus single pilot ships, but I think they ought to put one capital ship, multi-crew experience with engineering in Arena Commander, so that you can go in, see what you can do, see how you can change it, and get feedback on your experience in an environment where everyone can get to it, play it, and fix it or break it or improve it.
Okay. You can go into Arena Commander with the tech preview and just get in a ship in the tech preview right now.
Yeah, but 100% of the player base does not have access to the tech preview.
Well, I'm just saying, at this
I,
point, this is wave one.
right, well, I get that, but I'm talking about game wide. Before they implement it to the live servers, put it in live Arena Commander only. That way, people can go in, learn the process, figure out what's going on, and it doesn't cost them their ship
Well, that's what they'll
for a
do
learning
with,
experience.
okay, to make a fair point for CIG. When they do this, it'll go to a PTU and it will go all backers before they drop it. And then you can do it in Arena Commander. That's
Okay.
my thought. That's how they kind of work that.
Okay. I can
But
work with that.
a tech preview where it goes to all backers, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you can actually get in and do it and check it out. Now, I know a lot of people don't have the SSD space for that, and it does make it hard. It does. And a lot of people don't want to experience that before it comes out to live. And I get it. Because there's times where I don't want to test something in the PTU, because I want to experience it in live. Because if I play it in PTU, it takes away from the experience of enjoying it live because I've already done it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I get where you're going there, but this isn't like a new mining station or something like that.
Right.
This is potentially game breaking for people that are not inclined to this level of gameplay. They come in, they have a little bit of fun for an hour or two, and they go away. They do their thing. So giving them the option to have it or turn it off would be awesome. But if you're in a PvP environment, it must be turned on. That way it's equal to everyone involved.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just a complication there that separates the PvE from the PvP, like they separated the PvP contracts from the PvE contracts in the Mobiglass.
Okay. But like we're saying, to really get a feel for things and go through the motions where a player will shut down the ship or fire up something and turn off things, and then the actual crew in Arena Commander, which you can do because you can make a custom spot where people can come in and actually get on the ship, right?
Uh-huh.
And do it that way. And then you can actually experience what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you have a very fair point, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in it that way on the Polaris and be able to know where everything is on that ship, so I know what to do.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to memorize all your ships. If you've got 30 ships in your inventory as well, you've got to know where every single component is on all 30 ships.
Time to get out the pen and paper.
Well, actually, I was thinking about something else. Download a blueprint of the ship and just point out on it where the fire extinguishers are and where everything is, and just have it sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's a third-party app or service that's in game yet.
Paul
But
says, yeah, go ahead. Finish your thought.
no, I was just, kind of emphasizing, we need a creator, Everett.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Paul says, I think that they've only put this in because of 42. I think that they got bigger fish to fry.
He's not wrong.
Not wrong. Because Squadron 42 is going to have it. I believe. Yeah. Beth, your thought.
I think they're running before they can jump, or jumping before they can run. I mean, they're focusing on the release of Nyx. You've got all the stuff that comes with Nyx. You've got a whole new way of doing everything for like hauling, whole new way of all the new missions, all new bounty systems, all of that. And then on top of getting used to all of that, you've also got to get used to a whole new engineering. So all of those new features become a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they've already added extra keybinds for ghost features that are not in game yet. If you look through your settings, you'll see a bunch of placeholders, and I believe that's where keybinds for certain activities are going to go. But Beth, you're not wrong in that, because there's always been a cart before the horse philosophy. A good example is the Reclaimer was in game a good year before it was even a usable ship in any regard. It was just a big, let's go fly this thing and waste fuel, because its role, along with the Herald, were not in game and still aren't in game in many cases.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at the Hull C. I mean, how long has the Hull C been out, and it still doesn't work properly?
Well, that's server based. That's not ship based.
Yeah, but whether it's server based or ship based or whatever, it should still work.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
You're right.
The Hull C is highly reliant on server being working properly, and that in itself is
problematic.
Yeah, but if we chase that rabbit, do you want to pay a $20 a month subscription fee when we force CIG to make their own server base?
Yeah, but you pay 500 quid for a ship.
Well, I
I
understand
want it
that.
to work.
I understand that too. You're not wrong. I'm just pointing out where this is going to go.
Well, okay. The whole C really did not work well until we got server meshing. Okay. And as server meshing has been implemented and being worked on, the whole C has gotten better. Not saying it's perfect, but it's gotten better. Hey, I'm just saying, right?
I know. I'm just laughing.
Because it is what it is. Okay. And with the first drop of server meshing 4.0, you got to remember it just dropped, and they gave us a preview of it before it went totally live, and they got rid of 324. Remember, Tone? How it performed. It ran beautifully for about a week, right?
Yep.
And then things started cascading throughout. And there was hot fix after hot fix after hot fix, and then they went to 4.02. It started getting better. So as the year went on, it got better, but there was issues that kept popping up along the way. But how do you feel about this patch that we're in now? I know we're still having issues, but they're working in the background for things to work better. The freight elevator issue was in 324, and it cascaded and it went over to the 4 branch. And
All right.
go
Who
ahead.
are you asking the question at?
I'm just throwing that out in general for anybody to hit on. We know that the freight elevators were not perfect. They were working on something with the freight elevator to bring up our vehicles inside of our hangars. That still hasn't hit, but we were able to bring up the Atlas in the freight elevator, right? They still haven't gotten the vehicle part done. So all of these things that have happened throughout the year, we're still in the baby steps of server meshing. We're in static. Now maybe dynamic will fix it. I don't know. We're testing it. That's it. They're taking immersion a little too far, making the game feel too much like a second job. It's supposed to be a game to play for fun. It just looks like more work than fun, in my opinion. With the engineering, hey, what's up, Roland? Sorry, I didn't acknowledge you. Roland has a point. A lot of people are not going to be a major fan of engineering.
Yeah, I agree.
Agree.
You know, it does have some advantages to it. It gives it more of a feel for your ship, but people don't want to be doing that the whole time that they're out doing stuff.
It's another thing to go wrong as well. I mean, if you look at like just to, I don't know, to use the CFP fighters as an example. It's bad enough that it doesn't work half the time as standard. So then if you add all the engineering and everything else in it, is it going to further reduce how many times you can actually do a mission or an activity because something goes wrong on engineering? And I don't know, your ship could catch fire and you can't see the flames, or you could need to, I don't know, press a button and the button's not functioning because there's a bug with it, and then it's another thing to go wrong and stop you doing a mission or enjoying it. There's
Okay.
that as well.
There's so much to it, Beth. I mean,
I have to,
go ahead.
Roland, I have to expand on his point.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I do something in Star Citizen, it's not a right now thing. It's a 2, 3, sometimes 4 hour project just to accomplish a thing or make any kind of a progress in the game. And I have other games where I just want to pop in, play around, entertain some time, and get out. Elite Dangerous is another game that's, oh God, horrible grind and time sink. And my best answer to Roland is sometimes you just got to hit up Arena Commander, dude.
Well, Roland
I
just popped
completely agree
into the
with you.
chat. Roland just popped into the chat.
Hey, Roland.
Yes, it's easier to type, man.
Hey,
I missed everything you said. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Sometimes you just got the horrible time sink in Star Citizen is real. Surmising my earlier conversation, but sometimes if you just want to pop in and out for a fresh something to do, it's just Arena Commander's your best bet.
Mm.
Well, that's fighting though.
Well, yeah, but you got a point there. There's no let's practice hauling, let's do this, because it's all first person combat or in a ship
Yeah.
or on the ground.
Yeah.
And you don't get anything towards your main profile, so you could spend like an hour in a Arena Commander doing, I don't know, bit of combat stuff, but you don't get any money or anything on your actual character.
Yeah, and you've also
I
got
didn't-
something else to contend with is you can only you start with your bought ships and you have to earn points toward renting other ships. That's a fallback also.
Mm.
I didn't get to see the entire tech preview,
Okay.
and you may have already touched on this. I'm a little late to the stream. Is it just like RNG, or is it the new soft death? I mean, can you fix your way out of soft death now, or
That I
Or
have
is this
not
just-
tested because I would have to get into a combat situation to run that. You know what I'm saying? And then see it. So that's something that I do want to test, but I probably won't be able to do it today, but I'm thinking about it.
Because I was just wondering, is that damage? It shows like the video I saw, everything's on fire back there. The dude's components.
Mm-hmm.
And is that because he was in combat, or is it just something that randomly happens and you got to be on top of it?
It could randomly happen. Now, I actually did things to the ship for it to happen. Paul says, think I got the Aquila in 2014 and cannot still use it for a job because they keep messing around, bringing more crap like crafting a gun out of horn rocker and some chip. Well, I can only say, I don't know what to tell you on that, Paul. I won't mind it as long as it works okay. Can you hear the fire but cannot see it? Then your ship blows up. Okay, I heard the crackling, but I couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden, it does render, but it took a long time for it to render. Or you can replace a fuse to fix an issue. The lights turn green, showing now the new fuse is in. Run back to the engineering terminal only to find that the fuse is now red. You run back and find the new fuse you put in, and it's actually on the floor. Radium and Fire and I were in the Idris, and we were in a combat situation, and I got bumped and clipped into the console and accidentally took out a fuse. I didn't know, right? It went in my backpack. I went out and was fighting, right? And I came back. They were flipping around and bouncing off of asteroids in the ship while I was in combat. And they had to run around and find another fuse to replace the one that was taken by me by accident. And that's what happened. So carrying spares is going to be a big thing. I mean, you can get fuses, you can actually uh craft them because
I have a question.
go ahead.
Can you slot fuses in ammo slots?
I don't think so.
I mean, that seems like that would be a thing to do because then you just tap on it and it pulls it like ammo for a gun,
Right.
shoves it in, so you don't have to go to your inventory, pick it, put it in your hand, then put it in the fuse thing. I mean, that would simplify and speed up the process.
Right. Waste
Maybe
of
on
time.
engineering armor.
Possibly.
That would be interesting.
Waste of time if it's not working. Well, Paul, I mean, that's what testing is. That's what testing is. You find out if it's not working, then you report it and you throw it out there to CIG, and if it's something that is massively game breaking and a lot of people contribute to that particular issue council ticket, they'll see how many people have been on it or put something into it, find out what the scenario is, test it, and fix it. I can't say how long, but that's what happens. What's up, Baron?
I need to see how often it's going to happen before I really weigh in on it myself.
How y'all doing?
Howdy.
Yeah.
Because I think I could see, if you're a player that's, you're trying to live off the grid or whatever, you're going to start running into component issues. But if you're doing, your regular maintenance, you dock every day and do repairs and refuel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should happen very often as far as, full failures.
I
Well,
think that's going to be the problem. That's going to be the big problem with what CIG is implementing. Your ship is going to break down too often. You're going to have to repair it too often. They already started weakening all the shields and all the everything on the ship. So that's telling you that your ship is going to be a driving paperweight. So if they readjust things, maybe. But if you just get in your ship and your ship breaks, or you're flying and it overheats all the time, then it's just going to be a total big problem.
Yeah,
they
that's
need
what
to-
I'm worried about. Something
that's
that's
what
just going to
everybody's.
happen.
That's what everybody's worried about.
And one more thing, the way they're starting to do things tell you that that's the way it's going to be, at least for a while. You're going to jump in your ship, start it up, it's going to break. You're going to go somewhere,
Yeah.
someone's going to shoot at you once or twice, it's going to break. Someone's going to target your shield generator, it's going to break. It's just going to
It needs to
constantly
be-
keep breaking. It needs to be readjusted realistically. If you're going to put
Yeah.
realistic if you're gonna put realistic things in the game, you're gonna have to make it more realistic than making everything like a paperweight. Armor is a paperweight. Shields is a paperweight. Engines is a paperweight. The biggest ships in the game, you could take them out with fighters now. They cut the defensive guns down to half. It's just they're I don't want to say they're doing things wrong, but they just need to reevaluate what they're thinking about and redo it to make it seem more realistic to what they're saying it's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope it's more along the lines of like age and use related breakdowns, not just randomly. You know what I'm saying? If you got to pull a brand new ship out of the hangar you've never flown and it breaks down as soon as you leave, that's not realistic to me.
Okay.
It's a lemon.
This is where I was when I was at Quantum Vegas, okay? Engineering came up, okay? And a lot of people said that they're going to pre-walk their ship before they leave. Do you know
I
how
get
much
like a pre-trip.
do you know how
I mean,
much time that's going to take?
right. I see that part, but you know what I'm saying though is if it's brand new, your stuff is brand new. I don't see why it should break down immediately.
It shouldn't.
Right. Like if you're in your whole C and you did 5 or 8 trips back and forth, you should be expecting something to break down at that point. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Not as soon as you leave the dock.
Yeah, right. Not right off the bat. And
Yeah, it should be like wear and tear, is my opinion.
well, that's what it's supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, there's many times I just got in a ship and fly. Right now, with this coming, I'm gonna have to check all the components. Scan them and see if they're damaged or
They
if
gonna
they've
have like
Your
got
health
wear.
bars or something.
no,
Hopefully,
your MFD should have an automatic diagnostic rundown.
yes. You can get in the cockpit, run the diagnostic, and that should show you what components are near, or like halfway or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
That
good
would
point,
be,
Everett.
yeah, I would like that more
Grab a
because it's
fire extinguisher, run to fire, aim, push the button. Suddenly, it fails. It falls through your hands and onto the floor. It clips through the ship floor, gone forever. There have been issues with that already in this tech preview radium, and they say it's a known issue and they're going to fix it. Baron, what else you got?
That's my main issue right there. It's just like I said, it's just the ship's just breaking way too quick. Shields and everything else, armor, way too quick. I've seen it before where they start um they start leveling things out in the wrong way, and it's just like you can't play the game if you can't jump in your ship and lift off and go somewhere on a mission if the ship's going to break as soon as you get into it. And you can't play the game if somebody shoots at you and your ship just breaks. It's
Okay.
just that's just it for me. That's the biggest part for me.
Okay. But like I say, you know, we don't know all the particulars about how they're going to balance this. We have no idea. The only way is for it to go into a PTU, right, with all backers, right, and experience it in that aspect. I mean, I don't know what else to say because
I'd
a
like to know
tech,
when the
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead,
I'd
go
like to
ahead.
know when the Cambio SRT will come into play because it's already in the game. It's supposed to help repair.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I've used it before when it first came out, but I haven't used it since. And
mhm.
now in the mission in the engineering section on the ASDs, you have to use that. And it works backwards. It doesn't work like it's supposed to, as far as I'm concerned. The loading of the canisters and all like that, it's not practical, as uh Tone figured out. It should be, you put the canister on your belt, or one is already in the chamber, and it should work right off the bat. It doesn't.
It doesn't reload right. And what happens as soon as you run out, you have to go to customize weapon, go down to where the canister is. If you got one dash, it ain't loaded right. So you have to go into your inventory, make sure you have a canister in your inventory, but not on your belt. Then go back to customization.
Mhm.
Then actually go to that part. Then you'll have the ability to scroll down to the next one, click on it. And if the server's right, it works. Then it'll reload it. And then you can continue doing what you're doing.
You see what
All
I'm
that while
saying?
your ship is on fire.
Well,
Yeah.
well, in the mission that is currently live, right? You got to do all that to complete it while you're taking radiation poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And on top of it, if you're going through the atmosphere and you see black smoke pouring out of a ship, there's going to be opportunists out there going, ha, let's get that one. It's wounded.
Mm-hmm.
He's
So does
already
this
busy
mean
trying to put out a fire.
Mm-hmm.
does this mean the modules now are repairable, or you got to keep spare QTs and coolers and all this stuff on your ship now?
Dude.
I don't see that because while that might be an end goal of the process of creating engineering, it's not feasible because you can't put modules on your ship cargo.
Exactly. That is an issue because, okay, you've all done salvage, right? You've all taken components, right?
Oh yeah.
The only way you can use it is with a tractor beam or a max lift from one ship to another. You cannot put it in storage because they
You can't just pick it up and install it, right?
they reduce the storage on the ship a year ago.
Yeah, but it does lock to the grid.
It does.
Small ones do, yes. But you can't take the big golly, what are modules out of the back of a C2 because there's no way to get them down to the grid floor because they won't go down the elevator.
Exactly. They're huge.
Yep.
And how are you going to get that module, right? You gotta go buy it. You have to go to the VLM to change it. You can't do it on the fly.
Here's another question. This is module related. In the contested zones, you were supposed to be able to find modules in the completion area, and there was a freight elevator so you could put them in storage. If you can't get those to the location on the ship when you need them under a combat situation where your ship modules are going away, what use are they? When it works.
Correct.
I mean, it's here's Paul. Paul's got a point. What about the ship lore? Look like the merchantman that lives in space. Think their profit goes on fire cans.
He's not wrong. But now he does have another point.
Yeah.
He's not saying it, but it's in there. If I have a merchantman and all I have on board is modules for sale to the player instead of merchandise and commodities and crap like that, that's moneymaker.
Yeah. But you got to
You
get
know?
the components.
Right?
And especially military grade, what do you got to do? Go to the
Well,
contested zone.
aren't they craftable yet?
No.
If we're going to be able to craft things, we got to go get a base building. We ought to be able to craft modules.
Right?
And depending on your experience level in crafting, you ought to be able to craft medium, low, medium, and high modules, not
Right.
necessarily civilian, military, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the gameplay loop out there, guys.
Right. But yeah.
What about ship maydays? I need repairs.
Okay.
People are not able to do it, then other people could come in and help them out.
Or if you own an SRV, Mayday call, you tow them to a station.
Exactly. And then all traffic has to be stopped by ATC if there's an emergency drop off.
No, you drop them at a outdoor pad.
Okay, that will work too.
That way you
That
can
would be a
land.
cool thing for the ship to ship docking. That would be a cool thing for that.
Yes, it
Mhm.
would.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help repairing, somebody could dock with you and bring you stuff or whatever.
And share the oxygen.
Or the lack of.
Yeah, even that. Share life support.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
Need the
they come.
Vulcan and Crucible for sure. That's from Wastelander.
Yep. We need.
Yeah.
I don't know
Everett's
what those are.
Everett's Flying Toolbox,
There you go.
the Crucible, and the
Oh,
Vulcan.
no, I just figured out a backup thing if in case the ship is going to explode inside the crucible, dislodge the actual hangar and move the ship back, and then it will blow up. I'll just get a new hangar.
A module, yeah. But I mean, engineering is going to be a major game changer. We all know that, and it just depends on the severity how they implement it. I'm going to say this: when it drops, it's going to be rough. It's going to be so rough when it first drops, and we all know this. Version 0 is the hardest version to deal with on something like this. Just saying. I'm curious how repair ships will repair ship components if they're inside the ship. Good point. Good point, Radium. Who knows?
Well, a crafting tool inside will automatically take the blueprint, craft the armor or components needed, and then just replace them as you go.
Well, that brings us back to another thing, Everett. And when using the C2 as a case in point here, the modules in that ship are not movable from the top of the ship to the bottom. So
That's what I was thinking.
you would have to be able to jettison the existing module and craft it on the spot,
Well,
which adds another layer of complexity to the ship design.
And
look,
time to do it too.
look at it like this. And this just popped into my head. The Crucible, right, can repair a ship with its arms, correct? That's what it's supposed to do.
Yep. And drones, and also parked inside the hangar.
Okay, with a capital ship you can't do that.
That's where you get those drones, and that's where you get those arms to work on the outside of the vehicle. The hangar
they-
can be dislodged.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So to replace a damaged component, right, on the Crucible, wouldn't it be something like going into the Mobi-Glass, into the VLM, that ship is attached to your ship. You should have access to that ship after you craft what you need. Pull the old component out of the VLM and then replace it.
Yep. This is why I suggested an MFD schematic list of all the ships so you can know what stock parts there are. It will pull up a stock blueprint, you recraft it, and you send it in. I mean, anything else that other people can make for their own stuff, well, that's a different blueprint altogether. It's not in that MFD.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, let's take that another step, Everett. If the ships are modular, and there are some that are supposed to be,
Mhm.
and you can buy a crafting kit module that can craft medium and large components,
Mm-hmm.
then you can pull up in your raft that has a crafting component station on the bottom of it instead of cargo station, and literally craft the component on site.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting it out there.
But it's a very big possibility. Because they're talking about everything's going to be blueprints, right? To a point.
Yeah.
To a point.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they're trying to make it that. Yeah.
So we're going to have to purchase or find blueprints to make our own things.
Not just that. How much material are you going to have on your ship in order to craft those things?
Exactly.
You're going to have to call out to freighters or smugglers or somebody to drop off a couple of crates.
Or your mining team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, dock up with your miner ship and just transfer the raw ore over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your refining ship would come in handy too.
Yeah, so we're building a game loop here that is involving a minimum of 3 to 4 ships just to repair one.
That's wild.
That's expensive.
No, it's
well.
Go ahead, Tom. Go.
All right. That look at the number of people that are in our current group that are here now. There's 4 medium-sized ships that would eat up 4 people. That leaves 2 people, 1 to fight, 1 to fix the one that's fighting, and then 4 to support the one that's fixing.
Mm-hmm.
We would need NPC help because we don't have a 1,000-man org here willing to devote their time to supporting a extended combat scenario.
There's all sorts of things. A lot.
Yep. Yeah. Just discussing the possibilities of an in-game game loop for people that have been doing this for eons.
Or even the Daymar Rally. I mean, you can drop off the hangar from the Crucible and keep it separate on the ground for repairing vehicles. But at the same time, you're going to have to get people to come in with the extra components in order to help fix those vehicles.
That's when you charge them specific amounts. You provide the resources and they pay that money.
I'm going to get some coffee. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
All right. And 2, if they make it a drive-through module, so you can just drive in, sit there for a second, refuel, fix, and drive out.
That's what it's supposed to be. I mean, it's an actual hangar. We can actually refuel, repair, get a drink, and go.
Nice. That would be interesting. And if each team had one of those and they were just like regular pit stops, like a rally stage, for instance, that would really change the Daymar rally tremendously.
Could go on for a lot longer than it is.
Yeah. Well, it's already a lengthy process. I mean, you're going to need fluids kind of regular in the one that's there now.
What's the distance on it? I've never watched one.
It's like all the way around the planet.
Oh, really? I thought it was like a 200K or something like that.
No, I believe it's one loop around the planet. That's why it's like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's something like 510 kilometers. It takes about 3 to 7 hours to complete.
Yep. It's actually a rally. It's not like driving around a local station.
Yeah. And that's something I do want to attempt at one point in time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially if we can put a skin on it that advertises Snowbirds. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on the tech preview? There's a lot. There's a lot.
I might have to go back and watch it when I get a chance.
Okay.
We have a lot of good ideas. Is there any way we can just put that list into Spectrum and say, hey, CIG, what about this? What about the sprinkler system? What about the whatever?
Well, the biggest thing is the schematics, so you can actually find the things you're looking for without having to run all over your ship like a chicken with your head cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on your larger ships,
Okay.
because if you got multi levels with multiple places for fires to break out, one guy's going to be it's going to be hoofing it, and then you die
Engineering
because the
relay.
elevator's slow.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
pressed the button, it didn't work. Sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean that's just the gist of what's out there. I mean, there's so much to test. And like I said, this is only wave 1. So when it goes to a different level, and I don't see, this is my thought, I don't see engineering dropping until sometime in 26. Because there's so much to it, there's so much they have to work on, and that's how I see it at this point.
Well, how long did they talk about fire coming into the game?
They were going to drop it originally with the 4.0 drop, but they held off on it, just like they held off on the solar flares and things of that nature because of bandwidth.
There you go. That's going to determine how thorough the engineering side of this is going to be.
Because remember what they said, what CIG said last year around this time, before, or maybe a couple months before 4.0 was going to drop. They said that certain things we are not going to bring in the game in 4.0 directly because of a bandwidth issue. They did not want it to be, they did not want to overwhelm the servers with that. So they're working them in slowly. And kudos to them for doing that, because 4.0 could have been even worse on day 1 if all that stuff was in there. Just
And it'd be
saying.
such a train wreck.
Okay. Anybody else got anything on tech preview before I go into what's going on with the PTU? No? Okay. State of the game, PTU. All backers. So, for those that have been in the PTU at this point, right? Levski is beautiful. It is a very cool place to visit. I don't plan on moving there. I'm going to stay in Microtech and make the journey. That's my immersion thing. We know there's no planets or anything like that in this drop right now. They're going to be brought in, but during 26. Oh, the helmet change in the tech preview. Oh, I forgot all about this. And Everett and I and Utzen are really cool. Okay.
And subject 341.
So, as you saw Friday night when I was doing in the tech preview, when you take your helmet off, the animation has changed dramatically. So now when you take your helmet off, you actually see your hands come up, take it off, and put it on the back of your armor or flight suit or whatever. There's a slate that you put your helmet on. And the animation was smooth. that I saw, and you actually see your helmet. It was way cool. It was way cool.
Is that on the keybind?
Yes, it
Because
is.
I've never done it. I
Yeah.
always pull mine off in my inventory and
Well,
drag my drink over and drink that, and then put the helmet back on that way.
okay.
Left Alt H,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes. You can. You've been able to do that for a little bit. So it looks like you're taking off a box, right? But then your helmet disappears, right? With left Alt H, you can take your helmet off, drink, and then left Alt H again to put your helmet back on.
I actually think that there ought to be a helmet shaped like a storage box.
No. But anyway.
I'm just going to shut that down right there. I see how it is.
Dude, there's already, it's already shaped like a box in live right now. Come on. Yeah, it's coming from Squadron 42, but Paul, that has always been there. It's been there for a while. Alt H has always been there for a minute. It's just that the animation and the graphic wasn't in. And now in the tech preview, you can actually see it.
Also, to mention that your helmet doesn't go onto your flake suit the same way it does if you had armor on.
It did.
No, your helmet went onto your left cheek.
Yeah, because there's a slot for it. That's a slate.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if there was an armor when you were wearing your armor, where did it go?
Same spot.
Same area?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Same spot.
It must be that new collapsible helmet.
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, I've seen him walking around with it under his arm, so.
I didn't. Did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Under my
It's
arm.
on video.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
you were hanging on to it with your arm.
Maybe. I don't remember. I have to look. Now that I'm gonna have to go into tech preview and check that, Everett. So thank you. Wait a minute. I heard that.
So what?
Our conversation about the numbers changing.
Yes, quite.
Yeah, I saw it too. But anyway.
I know.
Wait a minute. Yeah, they're bringing from 42 has probably been in the game for a long time. They just bring it into Cross Live. Talking about some cheek. Oh, that's from Red. But I mean, there's so many different things. There's so many different things that are coming up. Okay, back to the PTU. Anybody besides myself, have you been in the tech preview besides me? And I know Wastelander has. I've been in there for a bit. Me, myself, Usen, and Gortok have been in there doing some things. The one main thing that they've got to fix is the rendering of the glacium belt. Now, some people have had no problems. I've had issues with it. I've had to EVA out of the ship for it to stabilize, and then I can continue on the mission. Weird, but don't know why it's happening. Oh, left cheek Transformers movie. Okay. Baron, have you been in the have you been in the PTU at all? Or did you bypass it? You don't want to go into the tech preview or the PTU, Paul?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to click the button. No, I haven't been in there. I just been watching y'all play.
A lot of people don't want to go into the PTU because they want the adventure in live, and it also deals with disk space, and I get that.
I loaded it once, made it to Nix. I said, "Yep," and got out before my memory failed.
It's I'm gonna say this: they're working on. I know they're doing stuff in the background because live is being affected. You can tell that they're doing things. Okay. We are getting close to IE. The PTU server, I think they should test it before they bring it. They do test it before they bring it out. They do test it before they bring it into the PTU. But you got to remember, when CIGs tests, not us, that's what the public test server is for, Paul. But when they test in-house, they're in a closed server environment. When they bring it out to live and everything like that, that's where you see the issues and they have to fix it. So it may work in their environment, but when they bring it out to the public environment, that's when things start issues happen. CIG grabbed their biggest pot and started cooking. Things are moving now. Yeah, things are moving. But hey, Hudson, but they've got to get this one fixed. This right now, the way it's running, that I've been in there, things have worked, things have not. A lot of lag, a lot of issues as far as uh, rendering. They got to get it done before Thursday, and a lot of people have agreed with this thought that I had. We need server maintenance before they drop it. Plain simple.
Big time.
But we'll see what happens. We should see a message hopefully tomorrow about what they're going to do, and if we get another PTU build, and if we get a maintenance window. I'm hoping. And we should be able to get I hope 42 is going to be good, though. I think 42 is going to be awesome, but they should give us especially people that have it, they should give it to us to test before it releases. That's my thought. A beta would be awesome to actually play Squadron 42 before it comes out. A beta would be nice, at least partially.
You know what I did last night? I raided a Cuddy Black for you, Shadow. Dead ass, I did.
Well, thank you. Welcome to the Snowbirds meeting room, Alex Gogurt. Anything else from people that have seen videos and stuff like that about the PTU? What you've seen, what you've seen people encounter, and things like that. I mean, there's times I've had a rough time. There was the Stinger is not popping up in your fleet manager if you have the ship. for some reason. I don't know why. It's odd. But thank you, Alex, for taking care of that CB for me. I appreciate it. Anybody else got any thoughts about what they've seen so far? I know some people don't want to watch it or don't want to be involved with it until it comes out, but there's tons of videos out there in streams. So, any ideas?
That's true.
Done
Ideas for
for the PTU, the new patch that's dropping very soon for IAE.
I don't know.
Stability, functionality.
I did find out last night. I crashed like 3 different times, or not crashed. My game would became unresponsive 2 times, and my ship would just fall to the ground. Come to find out, I was running a VPN. I took the VPN off, and that was causing it. Which is weird because they still have tickets on there where people are having issues running the VPN I have. Like 2024, and they still haven't solved them yet. They're requesting more information from us on it. But yeah, took it off and it works fine.
Okay. Guns
Get
need
71
balancing.
frames.
Guns need balancing. Pulverizer too powerful, and boom tube is way too powerful. I haven't used the pulverizer, and I have not been able to get the boomstick. So
We found one last night. It's broken.
Where'd you find a boomstick?
Bunker. We were loot warriors.
Where?
We were at Yellow.
You were in the PU. I'm talking about the PTU.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we found. You're talking about that gun. We were talking about boomsticks. Never mind. Yeah, I was saying we found. Yeah, I thought you were talking about something else.
No.
We found rocket launchers, a bunch of those.
Yeah. I use exit lag to compensate for the lag. Okay. The frame rate in the PTU is rough because there's so many entities popping in, and that's why we're experiencing a lot of problems with it. I don't know what else to say, but
more servers,
big time. But definitely, there's some issues. These patch notes that I've got up right now are from the last PTU drop. So that's all I've got. BoomTube is one-shotting the Paladins? Ooh.
What is the boom tube?
It's a rocket launcher that fires three rockets, and
Whoa. That's pretty wild.
yeah, it's supposedly very powerful. I haven't found one yet. Actually, only in Levski. The rest is so smooth. Yeah, the rest is smooth, but Levski's the rough part. Test subject needs more testing. Well, it is what it is. But
I'm not saying a word. Nope, not me.
Okay.
Which word are we talking about?
The PTU, Alex. So,
I thought you were talking about the other bad word.
No. But anyway, anybody else got any thoughts, comments about the PTU? Because I will be back in there checking on some things before they decide to put out a new build. And we're counting the days till IE.
Person day.
Now, I did go to the show. IE was very smooth. So we'll see how it comes over to live. I mean,
They didn't drop the Perseus in there, did they? Or are they going to
No.
wait to
No.
use that as their main piece?
Nope, they haven't dropped the Perseus in the PTU yet. So,
I think they want to do it like a good drop of it.
well, when they
Make it
put
exciting.
the Perseus in, it's gonna be the showcase ship
Hmm.
when you walk in. Okay, but it's not there. They haven't activated it. Nobody in the PTU actually has the Perseus. I mean, people have it, but they haven't been able to get in it that I know of as of yet. But that's pretty much all I have for today. The tech preview was the big thing, the engineering and stuff like that. It needs more work before it goes out. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to get in a ship and it breaks automatically when I take off.
Yeah, I agree.
It needs some work. So, anybody else got any thoughts, comments about anything that we discussed today and what we have on with that? It's like when I said earlier, the balance is off on everything. Yeah, it is. It is. But this is what testing is for. I know that people don't want to test, but this is something that I enjoy. This is something that I like to do. And, you know, when I'm able to show it, I will show it. But I'm not going to make any more videos in the PTU until it in 4.0 until it drops, and then I will continue on the journeys and things like that and make videos of weapons and stuff like that after I get them. So, no more thoughts, comments, questions? What's up, Hudson?
Nope, no more thoughts.
No more thoughts? Okay. Well, yeah. That is it for the Snowbirds meeting room on this episode. Thanks to Beth, Everett, Alex, Baron, Roland, Tone, and Hudson for dropping through, giving their thoughts and ideas about it. I said Alex Gogurt about what's going on. I will see you all tomorrow in on the regular channels on Twitch, and remember that when IE starts, Twitch has drops. If you are so inclined, you will get a free armor. I will be streaming twice a day, morning and evening, for people that so people have the option and the opportunity to get that drop. Great
topics. Does that start again on Thursday?
Yes, Thursday. So I will be streaming early, and then I will stream later on in the evening. So 2 streams a day for that 10-day period. So everybody, have a wonderful Sunday. Take care, and I will see you in the next one, which is tomorrow. Take care. Have a good day.
Shadow Spectre 11 hailing. Thank you for the likes and the views. Remember to tickle that notification bell so you won't miss our next videos. Thanks again. Shadow Spectre 11 signing off.